What's up, Dragon Brood? Today, we're taking it easy. We're just going to play some ladder games with some Mon White Life Gain aggro deck. And truthfully, this is one of those decks that's actually been showing up on the ladder for a little while now, for probably the better part of the last month. It's actually been going very well, and it's actually finishing near the top in several tournaments. Now, it's fallen back here in the last week to 10 days, maybe. So I guess some people are starting to play against it a little bit more, and that makes sense. You're seeing from the Yorion decks playing more stuff like the Shadow's Verdict and things of that nature that are making it harder on the white decks. But the deck still has a lot of power, and people seem to have a lot of the cards already for this from the last two sets, so it's not too hard to build and play. So I figured it's about time. You know, we did the cycling deck, I figured why not do this, and we'll just showcase it here on the channel. Before we do that though, if you don't mind, please, if you could help me out, take a second and hit that like button, and also hit the subscribe button. Those two things really do help out a lot, helps our videos get in front of more people, and it helps the channel grow, which is always a positive when we're trying to battle against the algorithm and get more people to see our stuff. But let's go take a look real quick at the Mon White Life Gain deck. Alright, so this deck is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. If you've played on the ladder any time in the last month, you've probably seen enough of this to know what to expect. But we're starting with 4 Alseid of Life's Bounty. Protective Spell also has Lifelink. Giant Killer, one of the few removal cards we have in the list. Selfless Savior to further protect our creatures as we build them up. Speaker of the Heavens, hopefully in a good game you get a chance to make some angels with this. Hushbringer. Honestly, Hushbringer's pretty good, turns off a lot of things. However, occasionally it does have a downside where, you know, if your opponent plays a Croxa, they don't end up having to sacrifice it. So that's a thing you got to be aware of. But otherwise, card is very good in here. Luminarch Aspirant, you know, anytime you're playing creatures in white, you almost start leaning on the Aspirant. The card is that good. Heliod, Sun's Crown, we're playing 3. Though, arguably, it could be 4 in this list. There's almost... I don't know, I would say there's a lot of times where you just want to draw a Heliod, so maybe we do move to 4 here. Linden, there's 3. Every time a creature attacks, you gain a life. Linden herself also has Vigilance. Then Maul the Skyclaves, probably the best equipment in the game right now. 1 Skyclave Aspirant, which we can turn this Aspirant, I believe, into the 4th Heliod, and I would not be upset about that. 3 Lurrus of the Dream Den, 4 Castle Ardenvale, 18 Plains. That's it. Very simple list, very clean. Let's go hop into the arena and watch some games. I mean, if I get a 2-mana thing, it's easily protected, so that's cool, I guess. If not, we're kind of just playing a Naked Lurrus and going for it. I guess it wouldn't be completely unprotected, though. Let's get a Savior out there. Thanks for the follow there, GJ Hinder. I mean, we kind of know what the opponent's deck is. It's usually going to be either something that kills with the dragons or kills with an ultimatum. Yep, that's a chance for you to use that. I might as well play that. Man, it kind of sucks, because I think the only play... Really, no, we probably just have to play this on an Alseid first. That just makes the most sense. Because at that point, at least we can win the life race, if we end up just fighting here. And then next turn, I can use Lurrus to go get back a Selfless Savior, and then we're in a little bit of a better spot. Don't know what this is going to lead to the opponent doing, but this at least gives us a little bit of something to fall back on. Okay, well, that must be one of those epiphanies, would be my assumption. Though it would also not be the first time that I've assumed wrong, so, you know. Oh, it's just I saw it coming? Weird, but okay. Sure. I did not think they would even be playing those, so look at that. Not that it matters, though, because it's either going to be that or a Skyclave, and both are probably good here. Though if they have something to kill our Speaker of the Heavens, that can make us a little sad. But let's see, it could be Dragon time. I don't know. Dragon? No dragon. Beast? No beast. Beast. Alright, no blocks. 14. Yeah, assuming we have nothing to hit our creatures? Or maybe they just don't care about Speaker because they can do a bunch of damage here? This where Speaker dies? Nope, not yet. This where Speaker dies? I like best of 1 for streaming. I like best of 3 when I'm playing on my own. You can do whatever you want in the ladder. For content, though, best of 1 is the only thing that makes sense for me. Protection from blue. And the reason is I can play more games and show a variety of matchups, especially when I'm recording for YouTube videos, to do best of 1. Doing best of 3 doesn't do as much for me. The games take too long. People don't watch the whole videos, yada, 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 right? So it just makes more sense. Alright, that's fine. Hey, 90s MTG. I played a lot of MTG in the 90s myself. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see what the opponent does to us. How bad is an ultimatum here? Let's find out. Alright, they've got all their mana they need. I'm going to assume that's what's in hand. Hope they miss, or else we're dead. No, they just have Obosh. Okay, then. Okay. I'm your Huckleberry. I mean, unless you got another Brazen Borrow or something. Bone Crusher. That makes sense too. Alright. Well, that's cute. I guess we're kind of doing the same thing again here. Question is, do I just want to put it here and gain 5? But, nah, I think this is here is better. We just get a repeat of last turn. Alright. Do I like playing in tournaments? Yeah, I think tournaments are fine. I play them every once in a while. But, yeah, I'll gladly play tournaments. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I think, honestly, I think the average person is better playing tournaments, better off playing tournaments than they are trying to rank in ladder, truthfully. Your long-term benefits are going to be better in a tournament than they are trying to just rank up. I mean, isn't this the same thing all over again, but worse for them because they're empty-handed now? Alright. Yep, I think that's going to do it. Why can I not? Oh, we're still in the attack step. I was like, why is it not letting me activate my Duder? There we go. I mean, we're at 32 life. Even if they came through with an Ember Cleave, we'd probably survive. Sure. Bounce a Brazen Borrower. I mean, attack to make yourself feel good. Yeah, I was going to say, if you're in attack, you might as well get in with Obosh. Like, what else are you going to do? Yep. Finish the game at 26 plus. Man, for having no things in hand, this opponent played very slowly. Have you played Magic competitively in the past or now? I'm not sure what you're asking for in that question. Professionalism haircut? No, actually what's funny, we were talking about this to start the stream. This is actually how I normally look. But most of y'all who've come to my content didn't know me or see me before June last year, when I started growing my hair out. So it's new to y'all, but truthfully, this is just kind of how I look most of the time. It's actually funny because people already knew me, had to get used to the way I looked for the last 9 months, and then now I look how they used to know me. Alright, this looks like it might be a mirror match here. Unless they cycle a card. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, good news is, life gain is actually pretty good against cycling. So let's see if we can get the right cards out. Our goal here is going to be play Aspirant, play Heliod, then play Linden. And hopefully Linden survives, I think is going to be our game plan. Linden will have a leg up due to the Savior being on board. But I don't want to throw Linden out too early either. Alright. So all we're doing really is trying to make sure we have protection from either enough life or some Selfless Saviors to protect stuff from a Zenith Flare. If we can do that, we're in pretty good shape. Alright. That's not going to do a whole lot here, all things considered. So basically putting the opponent on notice here. Saying like, hey, there's a Heliod, what are you going to do about it? Right now, nothing. Because even a Zenith Flare doesn't really matter. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, they're obviously not Zenith Flaring this turn. Graveyard count is 7. 8. Well, we're about to be at enough life that 2 Zenith Flares won't kill us. Even if they get that to 10. Oh, they're checking our Heliod. By the way, the reason I played Heliod first and not Linden is I didn't want them to know we had the ability for Heliod to come to life. And Heliod will hit for more on this next turn. In addition to getting us an extra life. And us having a second dog is great. I'm just going to put that on the Aspirant. We're going to put a counter here. Counter here. I'm actually going to put a counter on the Linden. Just for future insurance, in case something goes sideways. But we should be fine here. Way out of double Zenith Flare range. We're now going to be able to gain 10 per attack, plus give something lifelink if we want to. So we should be fine. That should be what, 12? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Oh no, just 10. Yeah, even if we get hit with Zenith Flare, it doesn't matter. They Zenith Flare one of our creatures, we just save it. So we should be pretty good here. They can go to 13, and we can definitely do way more than 13. Even if we were to let one of these die. Is that it, opponent? I mean, if that's all you're bringing to the table... we are going to attack, opponent. I'm not sure what you're planning on Zenith flaring, but it's not going to matter. Yep, this was all part of the plan. Yep. I would say mostly because with MTG Melee existing, tournaments are actually very accessible, very cheap. I mean, a bunch of them are like $0 to $5 to play, unless you're playing like the big cash events, but a bunch of them give away store credit, gyms, they send you product, you know, whatever. Whereas when people are ranking a ladder, the only upside is if you actually hit the top of the ranks and you get like top 1200 or whatever, right? If you don't get that, then there's really nothing to gain out of playing ladder, other than just saying you got there and getting your like 5 packs at the end of the month. Which, you know, isn't necessarily bad in and of itself. Just not sure there's a huge gain there for a lot of people. Yeah, let's go with Heliod. And put the counter here. So yeah, so that's why I tell people, like, if you can, go register over MTG Melee, play some different tournaments, you know. Playing RL seems kind of difficult to get any format without spending some big bucks on decks. Well, that's the thing, Swole. You can go to MTG Melee right now and play online tournaments. You know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're totally accessible right now. If you want to play in stuff with prizes and whatnot, go for it. Alright, what's the worst that happens to us on turn 4 here? The opponent has Binding of the Old Gods? Is that it? Because I'm debating just playing Lurrus here, which sounds insane, but I'm just like, if I play Lurrus, I can attack with Heliod. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Opponent's at 9? And then we just have lethal on the board? There's no 4 mana thing that makes us hate life, right? I'm just gonna go get it. I'm trying to think. Alright, if we have to sack this, we could play this. We're not spending that 1 mana on anything. I can't think of anything here. Is there anything I just died to? Like, the thing that gives -3 to everything costs 5, right? All the other spells cost 5? I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna gamble. I can't think of anything. If I get toasted, I get toasted. It's my own doing. I'm good with it. Yeah, okay. I couldn't think of anything. Like, there was... Yeah, exactly. I don't know what happened. This deck is not in Aetherhub yet. It won't be up until I put up the video with my YouTube stuff, as per usual. Alright, attack with Selfless Savior. Went 4 and 5, now lost 3 straight. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Key symbols and all. Gotcha. Yeah, this hand's not great against Yorion, actually, because I think the only thing relevant we can do is maul the Skyclaves, but that's not awesome. I think we almost have to do Lurrus, and then just try to protect Lurrus with a Selfless Savior. But, yeah, we just have nothing here. I think the opponent's better pick there is to kill the other card, personally. Just because that costs mana. And like here I can protect Lurrus for free. Not that it matters. Once they get a Shadow's Verdict, it's all going to go to waste anyway. Well, or an Extinction Event. Same thing. It all matters not. Yeah, don't think we're going to survive this one, y'all. Graveyard is away. Which means future Lurrus are sad. But I'm truly not sure what we're going to do from here. I mean, they know we have them all, the Skyclave. Yeah, it's Binding of the Old Gods. Right. Obviously, we got to save it. Not sure it's enough. Because a billion removal cards they have probably kill this. I guess we save this in case there's another extinction event. At least wait till when we can activate it. Actually on mobile right now, I bet, hey, I feel you. I've done that more than once. Okay, that's better than nothing. Kill card for a giant killer? Yep, of course. Alright. I mean, Ultimatum happens here, like a bunch of things happen, and we're just dead. I mean, we can't really do anything here. Alright. Yep, and we're gonna move on. Like, we're doing absolutely nothing there. I don't know. I guess playing against Yorion is just boring, y'all. I know I gripe about it, but it's very boring. Like, I at least want the opponent to do something, but like, this is like the same cards, the same matchups, over and over and over. Which is fine, because the other decks are actually pretty good variety in Standard right now, so I can't complain too much about that. What do we do here? I think we like Luminarch Aspirants. Just to swap things up a little bit. I mean, we're not guaranteed to cast Heliod next turn, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Love this hand, though. This hand's not bad, but we do still need another land. Alright, let's see what happens. Opponent's hand is not the fastest here either, so we do have to keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and play Heliod now, because there's a chance we could grow Heliod next turn. And really get in there for some big damage. What you doing, opponent? Gonna make us use our Selfless Savior? Nope, a Florahedron. Well, hey, that might block. It does also create a situation, because if they draw a land, they could Shadow's Verdict next turn. And that's kind of bad for us. Actually, it's very bad for us. So, what do we do? Do you have experience in D&T? I don't know what D&T is. Man, I don't know what to do here, really. Man, Shadow's Verdict is such a ridiculous Magic card against so many decks. Because part of me is like, we could pay and pump and like, I'm just going to do this, though. And then if the opponent has it, they have it. If they don't, we'll see what happens next turn. Okay, they didn't block. They didn't even consider blocking, so I'm going to assume we're going to lose all of our stuff here. Oh, Death and Taxes? Yeah, I've played it in a couple different formats. Alright, so this is where it happens? Oh, there's no Shadow's Verdict. Ah, we totally overthought this. Dang it. That sucks. Well, we played it safe, got hammered. That happens. Okay, well, what do we do now? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that would be lethal. So that would kind of force the opponent to block. So let's Selfless Savior. Alseed. Put the counter on the Harbinger. Attack. Alright. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So now this means we can keep Heliod from going away by sacrificing Alseed and sacking the 2 Selfless Saviors. So Heliod turns back into an enchantment, and then we can go ahead and play these. Oh, okay. That's it. Well, never mind. So yeah, as I suspected, the deck played pretty much, you know, the way we've seen it. I don't think I get too many of the super hot draws that you see out of this deck, so it can definitely draw better than what I did. I do think we do want a 4th Heliod, which is very weird because it's not often you say you want to play 4 copies of a legendary card, but in this case, I think it's important enough to the deck and it can really give you reach fast enough that you really want to go ahead and play a 4th copy. So we probably just cut that Apparition and say, you know what? We're not going to play that many defensive cards, just going to get in there and do what the deck does. As for today's card spotlight, though, we're going to talk about one of my favorite cards in Commander, and that's Sarkhan's Unsealing. And I think I brought this card up before, but it was several videos ago, and a bunch of people probably never saw it. And I just want to bring this card up again because I think it's a very underplayed card. Every time I've played it in Commander recently, through Spell Table, by the way, I have a video on that if you haven't played Spell Table, check it out. It's a great way to play Paper Magic while you're at home. But it's one of those cards that every single time I've played it and it sits on the table, it gets to kill 3-4 things, or if I play a really big creature, it gets to wipe out a bunch of things, and I've even finished 2 opponents at once with it. So one of those cards that I think people underestimate that you can pick up still on the cheap. Really good card. Check it out. If you're playing red and you're playing any reasonable amount of large creatures, I think you should consider playing it in your deck. As always, remember you can get this deck list from the description down below. You can also get links to a bunch of things that I have there if you want to come follow us on the Discord, on Twitter, on Twitch, follow my Facebook gaming streams, or if you're shopping on Amazon, please use my Amazon affiliate link there down below because I'll get a small kickback. You don't have to spend anything else whenever you're helping me out with the channel and you're doing some shopping. And finally, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, because those things really do genuinely help and I super appreciate it. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.